Word family, welcome back. This is the Word Woman, Johanna Queenie. Thank you for tuning in today. We are on a very important topic, talking about mental health, which has become a stigma in our society today because nobody wants to admit that they're depressed, that they're anxious, they are going through just some confusion in the mind. And this is affecting both their physical and spiritual well-being. Now, for people in the faith, they try to cover up a lot, even more than anybody else. But it's time to open up and to own whatever it is that's going on around you. That is where your freedom begins. Today I have a special guest, one of my young friends from college, and she's Jaden. Hi, Jaden.
Hi.
So welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Jaden. I'm a senior at TCU, and yeah, I'm from Houston, and I'm so happy to be here.
So for those who are not familiar with TCU, what is TCU?
So TCU is Texas Christian University. It's a university in Fort Worth.
So may we know your course of study?
So I'm a social work major, hoping to go into private practice, become a therapist, mainly focusing on mental health and depression, anxiety, mainly the things that Ms. Queenie was saying earlier that we are going to be discussing today.
So what informed your decision? You don't have to go into all the details, but what was a drive to go into social works and looking to have a private practice to really help support people's lives?
So coming into freshman year of college, I came in as a business major. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a calling to go to therapy because I was a little down in my life and I just needed some extra help. So my mom got me a therapist and I started going to therapy. And it wasn't until the beginning of my sophomore year when I actually started to see changes within my mental health. I started being happier. I woke up on time. I wasn't dreading waking up. So just actually going to therapy is what drove me to switch my major to go to social work and become a therapist because it saved my life.
Wow. Therapy saved her life. Last week, the guest I had, Ms. Geneva, talked about the therapist needing a therapist. That was powerful, very powerful, because the therapist doesn't know it all. The therapist is still a human being. And you saying that therapy saved your life. I know other people, even spiritual people, you're spiritual too, thankfully, and pastors actually who are really into ministry have said, some say, oh, I'll just pray about it. Others have said, oh, this counseling, this therapy saved my life. Now, even the Bible says that in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. So counseling is a safety net if you are going through anything. You should not be an island. You should have someone you can talk to. And again, someone who is really trained and called to do that, because not everybody can really meet your needs and really help you out how you need to be helped. So what were some ways you got saved through therapy?
Definitely self-worth. I had really lack of confidence, lack of self-worth, and my therapist was really there to set goals, very goal mindset, and just finding things that were worth keep going, keep pushing through in life, and just finding my strengths in myself because I didn't see a lot. One of those main ones that came out of therapy was getting closer to my faith, which is so life-changing. But definitely my therapist just pulling things out of me that I didn't know that I had, and having someone to confidentially open up to and not have to have a filter, because when you talk to your friends, you can't say everything you want. So having just that person there that I could always lean on and knew that I was going to be there for me and they had their best interests for me.
Awesome. So begin with setting goals. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone in life has to have a goal. Now, do you want to be well? Do you want to be whole, spirit, soul, and body? Now, look within. What are the things going on? What seems different? What seems unusual? You have to address it. But first of all, you have to admit that something is really going on. Stop covering up. Can you suggest ways on how they can get help?
Well, first of all, going back to your point of admitting, I think that's the hardest step to do, is admitting that you have an issue that you're struggling with, and acceptance is probably the next hardest thing. But once you get past those two steps, it's so much easier. You feel like a breath of fresh air. But in regards to getting help, definitely seeking, if you're in school, seeking a counselor that can get you connected to a therapist, even online, reading articles, doing research. So if you're having anxiety, getting some research articles done that you can read and start understanding what's going on within your body. Call. There's the suicide hotline. Call. They can connect you to resources. Really just going on the internet and putting in a quick Google search of where you live and what you're trying to fix or what you're trying to get help for will definitely open up a lot of doors for you. All it takes is 2 minutes.
And this is for everyone, old, young, mature, single, married, divorced, remarried. Whoever you are, as long as you are human and you're in life, you will go through challenges and you don't want to suffer alone. God has put people around you to help you, to guide you, to support you. Take advantage of them. I would suggest somebody who is spiritual, who will guide you in the right direction, but make sure that even though the person is spiritual, the person is rightly equipped to support you, okay, with what you're going through.
We live in a world where being sad is seen as weak. If you're a guy, there's the stigma that you have to be strong. Yeah, you have to be tough. You can't cry. And for a girl, you have to look perfect. You have to have the perfect body. You have to have the perfect teeth. You have to have the most expensive clothes. There are just so many stereotypes in this world, and it's great to want to achieve like the perfect body or whatever, but there's not a perfect body.
Right.
So your body is your body, and accepting that, like going back to what we were saying, accepting that is the first step. But I don't know about you, but the people that I've noticed have been the happiest that I've ever met in my life are those who admitted they needed help and they wanted a shoulder to lean on, and they got over their obstacles with that help. They didn't isolate themselves or shove it down. They realized it, and it's a horrible thing to accept, but once you do, you can finally become that obstacle and get over it. And I just think it needs to become more accepted in our society today.
Awesome. Now, the devil thrives in secrecy. Open up. Do not be caged because you are trying to prove they are tough, very spiritual. You cannot let others see that you're going through stuff. Open up and get your healing and freedom today. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I hope you'll come again next time.
Of course.
All right. Tell them to subscribe to my channel.
I mean, you have to subscribe. Look at her. She's perfect and gives the best advice. Thanks.
Shalom.